The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
I'm your girl, the plainest Jane, and let's see what's happening in these virtual streets. You ready? All right now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now. What up and welcome back. I'm Jane, the plainest Jane, and let's get into some information as we continue to cover the story of Shanquella Robinson. So there has been an arrest made, just one, not an arrest made. Let me correct that. There is an arrest warrant that exists. And I want to get into the verbiage of this just so that you all can understand, so that we all can understand exactly what's going on. I'm going to do this video, and then we have another video coming up that we're going to do as well, where we get into a lot of the information. So without further ado, make sure you hit thumbs up on your way in. Thumbs up in the video. It really helps more people to understand what's going on. It gets this information out to the folks who really care about Shanquella Robinson and really acquiring justice. So an arrest warrant has been issued in the death of Shanquella Robinson, a Charlotte woman who was killed while vacationing in Mexico, according to a Mexican prosecutor and confirmed by ABC News. So Daniel, who is a prosecutor for the state of Baja California, he told ABC, a friend of Robinson, who is the direct aggressor. And I think that this verbiage is really important. They're focused on the quote unquote direct aggressor, the only direct aggressor that we know of, because the third video that was supposed to come out of Winter, and I'm not saying she's not guilty of anything, Winter Donovan, that video never came out. It never became a thing. Not to say it didn't happen, not to say Winter didn't throw her blows or do what needs to be done, but nonetheless, that video never came out. The only video that we have is of, what's her name? Dejanay Jackson is her name. So they're talking about someone who is the quote unquote direct aggressor, is being sought by international authorities on charges of femicide. Now, this is Mexico, okay? So not murder, not manslaughter, but femicide. This case is fully clarified, as they continue to say. We even have a court order. There is an arrest warrant issued for the crime of femicide to the detriment of the victim and against an alleged perpetrator. Okay? A friend of her who is the direct aggressor. So it wasn't a quarrel. It was a direct act of aggression. So a lot of these things are really being translated from Spanish to English. So there is a bit of a barrier there. Okay. We're carrying out all of the pertinent procedures, such as the Interpol alert and the request for extradition to the United States of America. It's about 2 Americans, the victim and the culprit. Authorities have not identified who they are going to arrest at this time. I think that that's a very important statement, because we have no clue who the arrest warrant is about. Like technically we don't. But when it comes to the video and Shanquella's death, it seems like it's going to be Dejanay. It seems like it's going to be the woman who was literally giving her blow after blow when Shanquella refused to defend herself. Does that make sense? So they haven't named anyone. They won't tell us who the arrest warrant is for in Mexico. However, we do know that this exists. My personal thought is that it's Dejanay, but that's just my thought. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Let me see. Michael Letiari, an expert on femicide in Mexico, said when a woman is killed in the country, authorities are often required to open the investigation as a femicide. From there, they look into whether she was killed for the reasons due to her gender or if there were specific circumstances, such as domestic violence. So ABC News told Shanquella's mom on Wednesday evening that an arrest warrant had been made. And here's what Shanquella's mom had to say. She said, "I feel so good. That's a good feeling." She said, "That's what we've been waiting for someone to finally be held accountable and arrested. I just can't wait for justice to be served." So this is a really important update when it comes to Shanquella. I can only hope that whenever she is in custody, whether she's in custody in the United States, whether she's in custody in Mexico, that she ends up squealing on the others, because I don't think that she acted alone. It seems that a lot of the friends who were on this trip, it seems like a lot of them, it seems like a lot of them they just didn't really have positive energy towards Shanquella. So I hope that she squeals on the others. And I feel like one warrant isn't enough. I feel like we need 6. Was it or was it not 6 of them? They're called the Cabo 6 for a reason. So hopefully we get warrants on the other people, or at least wanted situations in which the other folks can really say what's going on. Those are my thoughts. I do want to get into another video. However, this is about the warrant being issued. And I just want to tell you what we're going to be discussing in the next video. And the next video is literally going to be in the next like 15 or 20 minutes. So we up for a while. I know this morning I was way too tired to bring you all the plethora of information that we needed to be discussed. However, let me go ahead and tell you all about the information that we're going to be discussing in the next video as soon as I end this one. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how the FBI is investigating a few different entities based on the suspected mishandling of Shanquella's case and the omission of information. We're also going to dive into the details of 2 different timelines leading up to Shanquella's death. The 2 different timelines are based off of the discrepancies between the medical examiner's report and the police report. A lot of different things that conflict with one another. We're also going to get into the inconsistencies, and I want to hear what you think. I want to hear what you think about why those 2 reports differ. One report is in English and one report is in Spanish. So we're going to translate one of them to understand what the media in Mexico is saying, right? Like the coverage in the United States and the coverage in Mexico are clearly 2 different things, right? Like this happened in Mexico. Is Mexico trying to save their ass? Is there anyone in Mexico who's willing to tell the truth, despite how this may kind of like damper or cause like a negative effect to like the tourist situation in Mexico? In addition, we're going to get into the investigative reporter who has uncovered what he says is the Mexican government covering up Shanquella's murder for the sake of saving their reputation, and also the alleged police stealing money from Shanquella, upwards of $17,000. And then we're going to talk about some fake pages on Instagram. I see there are a lot of people who really who have thousands of subscribers, and just in general, people who really think that Shanquella's mom is on Instagram. And she's not. And there is a fake page on Instagram. So we need to talk about that. These are some of the things that we are going to be discussing in the next video. Thank you all for coming along. I appreciate you all for listening to this video as it pertains to the warrant that is issued for one of the quote-unquote Cabo 6, okay? Of course, they are the Shady friends. You don't even want to call them friends, right? But they were just here at the scene nonetheless. You all stay beautiful, black, and blessed. I'm your girl, thePLAINESTjane. I'll catch you in the next video, which will literally be in about 7 minutes. The next video will be in about 7 minutes, and I will catch you all there. What I did was I set up this video to put you into the next video. So hopefully it takes you there. If not, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit thumbs up. We'll be live in the next video. The next video is full of a lot of information to keep you up to date when it comes to Shanquella Robinson. Happy Thanksgiving. I know a lot of you all are washing your greens, making your peach cobbler, whatever the case is. I'll catch you in the next video, and I'll see you in 7 minutes if you care enough to get into the details of the case of Shanquella Robinson. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.